Massey was a soldier who was unlucky enough to rival me, the leader of his command. But he didn't want to lose. When it was really satisfying when the tip of my sword stabbed through his heart in the duel, he challenged me. Overwhelmed by the victory, I watched as his body fell to the ground. The other cadets looked depressed weeks later. They talked a lot about Massey, but I ignored them. One evening, as I excused myself to the cubicle to be alone, a few moments later a group of men who used to be Massey's friends came and joined me. I was surprised and delighted after they told me that they had finally come to their senses and had seen for themselves that Massey was a low-level lieutenant who had no manners and was a braggart. We drank and laughed together. I also drank too much that night. One of the cadets invites us to explore the dungeons. The idea sounds interesting to me. We went away with great enthusiasm, drinking and singing and laughing, our voices echoing around the narrow alleys. We go deeper into the dungeon. My head hurts and my knees go rubbery after drinking that much. I also fainted due to too drunk. When I woke up, I was in a supine position, with both wrists and feet planted on the floor. Oh, apparently those drunken cadets are trying to play a trick on me, I thought. Very funny, ladies, I exclaimed. Now free me. But the cadets just kept quiet. Moments later, Massey's best friend appeared in the doorway, carrying a shovel of cement and a hoe. The other cadets started passing bricks at him. That's when I knew they were going to wall at the entrance of the room I was stuck in. Very funny, I said again. Nobody bothered me. They continued to work in silence, laying brick by brick until one line was finished, then on to the second. They must be playing me, of course. Then Massey's best friend paused and looked me straight in the eye. That's when I realized that they weren't joking at all. Scream after scream started screeching out of my throat as I tried to escape. But the detention room was too deep underground, so no one would hear my screams. Meanwhile, they had almost finished the last pile of bricks. I seduced them, offered the wealth I had with the aim that I could avoid my fate. But no one listened to my offer. I watched in horror and my heart pounded even faster as the last piece of brick was placed, as the ray of light faded out of sight. I've been buried alive in the depths, the silence, and darkness of the prisoner of this dungeon. I howled in panic, writhing from the iron stakes on my hands and feet. But in the end my body remained sprawled on the cold floor, my wrists and feet soaked in my own blood. My fingers were chafed from scratching the hard floor because I was too eager to rebel. I found myself crying in anger, even though I had never been like that in my life. The pain caused by my thoughts made me howl again, putting aside the pain that tormented my ankles, and hands. Sunlight. I have to see it again. Just once. Don't leave me to rot here alone. Do not leave me. But I was just alone, and the gripping horror completely covered me. My eyes tried to wander in the total darkness around me, but it made no difference whether they were open or closed. Oh God, I can't get out.